Hi, this is the changing your EHR sign-off password module of AdvancedMD and Medicom Management Services. In this module, we're going to look at how to change your own private electronic health record password. Remember, for providers, anyone who can sign off on an item, there's two passwords. There's their username and password to get into the system, and then there's a separate password for signing off on basically what turns out to be the protected health information, the charts themselves, the lab results themselves. And each time you view something like that, you do have to sign off on it sort of separately. So changing the password here isn't quite as obvious as I would hope it would be. Took me a while to actually find it. But now that I'll show you, it should be simple for you. Your manager should have set some type of generic default password for you. And I'll tell you, in my practice, I keep the sign-off password relatively simple because we use it pretty frequently. And you've already logged into the system. So you've already sort of protected yourself by having a login just to get in the system. Everyone can sort of decide on their own how complex they want that password to be. And I'm not sure there's any HIPAA rules for this. Because you have a username and password just to get into the system. So I think the rules for the second password are a little more lax than, in other words, it doesn't force it to be 8 characters long and have a number and a letter and a capital and an uppercase and all that stuff. So let me show you how to do that. To change the sign-off password, you actually can't do it from the EHR. This is where we left off in the last module. But you have to change your password in the practice management area. And if you remember from a prior module, to get to the practice manager, if you're already logged into the EHR, you simply go up here to this little arrow looking thing here and click on that. You get a couple pop-ups and it brings you to the practice manager area. And again, this is where this is where the front desk works out of for the most part. Once you're in here, to change the sign-off password, it's in Utilities. And you click on Utilities. And here's where you can change just your password just to get in and out of the system. Okay, if you ever want to just change your password for AdvancedMD. And here's where you change your sign-off password, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to hit change sign-off password. And this is all self-explanatory. It's going to ask you for your regular login password. Then it's going to ask you for your old sign-off password and your new sign-off password. And you can hit OK. So that's a way to change it from what the managers had to enter as a default password. So they should let you know what your default sign-off password is, and you should come in here at some point and change that to something you prefer. Okay? And remember, you need to know your regular login password to do that. Okay.